carrots. I just got my workout in for the day. It's really funny because when we go to the store, people often ask if we have a horse. Today we are going to show you how to make their staple juice, which is the carrot apple juice. And I'm going to show you how to prep it, and then Jordan's going to join me and show you how to juice it.
Hello everybody, I'm Jordan. And Heather is now going ahead and weighing out all the carrots that we're going to be using today. When you make a single Gerson carrot apple juice, you're using equal parts carrots and equal parts apples. So typically for one juice, it's like 6 ounces of carrots and 6 ounces of apples. Cy uses a lot less apple in his juices just because we give him some apples whole. Today we're going to be using 10 pounds of carrots and 3 pounds of apples. So here we go.
And can I just say, these are some massive carrots.
Yes, these are bodacious. Alright, so we've got our organic carrots and organic apples in the sink, and we're going to start washing
Granny
them.
Smith. They need to be Granny Smith apples because these apples have less sugar.
Very good. And a lot of people ask, well, aren't you supposed to peel the carrots? And the answer is no. Gerson points out that a lot of the most valuable nutrients in a carrot are just right below the skin, so you want to make sure not to take that off. However, because this is a very sensitive therapy, you want to make sure all your vegetables and fruit are very clean. So that's where our handy-dandy vegetable brush will come in to make sure we get all of the dirt off of the skin. So just letting that down and scrubbing it. And then Heather has asked me to come in because I am a master with the knife. And what I typically do is I'll just trim off the top and the bottom and just let it fall in the water. And there we have a carrot ready to be juiced.
I also don't know if he mentioned this, but we did use 2 capfuls of our food grade hydrogen peroxide, 3%, and added that to cold water.
So, as Heather continues to wash our carrots here, I'm going to show you how to cut an apple. Heather likes to use a cutting board because it's a lot more safe, but because my middle name is Danger, I like to do it a little more creatively. And I'm also a cheapskate, and it uses less waste when I cut it this way. So when I do cut the apples, I just cut them in half like this, and then I'll quarter them like this, and then I just take out the very least of the inside that I have to here. So then I'm just left with a little slice of apple here. So again, just taking out those seeds and any rough parts of the apple.
You'll also be amazed as to the amount of dirt that comes off of these carrots. Pretty crazy.
So people typically come into our kitchen and wonder what the heck this contraption is, but this is the Norwalk 275 juicer, and it is a real machine. So this is what we'll be using today to make our carrot apple juice. So when you're getting set up for juicing, one of the things that you will need are juicing cloths. Now, these are cloths that we will be retiring. As you can see, they have a nice orange color to them because what you'll do is you will grind up the carrots and the apples and then put the pulp inside here, which you will press. But what's interesting is that these cloths start out just like this. So these are some new cloths that we will be using, and these will rapidly turn into that orange color that you just saw. Alright everybody, so now it's time to get to the fun part, the actual using of the juicer. It is a 2-step process, so we're going to be putting the carrots and apples through here, which will grind them into a pulp like this, and then once we do that, we'll move that over to the cloths, fold it up, and then put it in the press here, which will actually give us our juice. So, we are ready to get started. I know that one thing that's very important to make sure that you all know, especially with the Norwalk, is using this piece here. When you put carrots in there without this, you have to be very careful or you will get an immense amount of throwback. When we first brought it home, we made quite a mess. Maybe we'll put that video on sometime for you all. And so we'll go ahead and get started. Carrots in. Norwalk gives you a plunger here, which is really nice to use, and you're able to push down whatever's left in that chamber there. If you're not completely done juicing, do not push it all the way down, because we still have yet to add our apples. So we will go ahead, put our apples in. So now we have Another recommendation is that you always have something on hand so that when you do move your bowl, it doesn't drip onto your towels or you don't lose any extra pulp down there. I like to mix this up here so it's nice and evenly distributed throughout the carrot. And then this is a very important part that I'd like to point out is that Norwalk points out not to add more than a cup per cloth. And I've come to find out that that is very valuable because if you're adding more than that, you're either going to get like squirting, which you may get some anyway, but you'll get even more squirting, which will cause you to lose juice. And it'll also cause you to produce less juice. So it's always important to use no more than a cup in each cloth. So since I've done this a few times, I have an idea about what a cup is. And you guys can see me here. Once you get it in the middle of the cloth, you're then just going to fold these over like this. So that you have a nice little packet here. As you can see, the juice is already starting to come through. We'll just lay those in right like that. We're going to do our second cloth because what's nice about this is that you're able to stack them one on top of each other. There you go. And we are all set, ready to press. That is a fine looking juice. This is just another tip. When you press it once, you get quite a bit of juice, but I have found that when you press it a couple times, I always take my cloths and then fold them into each other, kind of like an S shape, and then I go ahead and press it again. And because this is a long process, I want to make sure that I get as much juice out of each cloth as I possibly can. So I'll usually do the first press for about 7 to 10 seconds, and then the second one, which you can see, I'm getting quite a bit more juice, I'll do for about 5 or so. Alright, we've got our freshly made juice here, which Sai will be very anxious to drink. All right, so we've got our juice made, and this is Silas. Say hello to everybody, Si.
Hi.
And he is about to drink his carrot apple juice. Go ahead, buddy. While he's drinking that, I'll just mention that Gerson likes to point out that it's always best to drink the juices right after you juice them. That's when you're going to have a lot of those live enzymes that do the most amount of healing in your body. So right now, Sai is getting supercharged off his freshly made carrot juice. All right, Sai, set it down for a minute. Tell everybody, how is that carrot juice?
It's good.
Very good.
I get my stash.
I sure do. Enjoy it, buddy.